Hi, I'm Spiro, here with my commentary, Barack and the Republicans. You know, as the campaign for the presidency evolved, my top pick, especially since Iowa proved his viability, was Barack Obama. I did see a difference between him and Hillary that I still find very important. Basically, Hillary really represented a mindset still all too prevalent in Democratic Party circles, that the reign of conservative dominance would remain in place and would continue to have to be catered to. Hillary, Rahm, and many other high-ranking Democrats, in response to the long period of conservative dominance that we have lived through, became part of an organization called the Democratic Leadership Council, the DLC. It has been the policy of the DLC to try to work with the Republicans as best they could in light of the Republican stranglehold, rendering the Democrats a kind of Republican light. Nowhere was this more to be seen than in the Bill Clinton administration, which tried to be as true to liberality as it could, but ended up going along with the Republican agenda, contributing to the economic train wreck that was the inevitable result of that agenda. The most recent administration was the culmination of movement conservatism, from William F. Buckley to George W. Bush. Now Barack, with some DLC taint on him, was not the insider that Hillary was. And I could see early on that he is a visionary, something that almost never has a shot at the highest office. Visionaries often serve as counselors and provide guidance, but the leadership roles almost always go to the apparatchiks. Hillary is, of course, the epitome of the wonkish apparatchik. Seeing a couple of years ago that we were in for the social sea change back to our prevailing direction of increasing liberality and enlightenment, I came to see that Barack could not only possibly win, but in that outcome much more radically undo damage from the past almost 30 years and move us into the bright future that is our calling. As I watched Barack and Hillary fight out the nomination, it became increasingly clear that he got it and she didn't. Winning the nomination and working through the general election, I at first had a lot of advice for Barack. Having witnessed the sad debacles of the 2000 and 2004 campaigns, I sure didn't want to see him make the same mistakes. But it became clear that he was not making those mistakes and was in fact running the most brilliant campaign I've ever seen. At some point along the way, I stopped telling him what to do. Fast forward to the present. I find myself at once wanting again to tell him what to do, but in too much respect and, honestly, awe to do so. We've all watched as he has bent over backwards, trying to reach out to the Republicans and bring them into the fold. He has been rewarded for his unprecedented efforts at bipartisanship with 0 Republican votes for the stimulus package in the House, followed by a victory lap in celebration of their unanimous, boneheaded intransigence. One has to start to wonder. The state of our economy and many other very important sectors is completely the result of unfettered republicanism. Be very clear, people. What we have now is what you vote for when you vote Republican. Their policies at this point are completely lacking in credibility, and I don't know why Barack or anyone else cares what they have to say. But still, he tries to work with them as they strut and preen as if they still have power or any relevance at all. I hope what he's doing is giving them all the rope they ask for as they continue to hang themselves in the public's eyes. But it's kind of like when you're watching one of those action movies where the hero has fought an almost superhuman villain and finally prevailed with the villain knocked out and seemingly incapacitated, and the hero turns his back on the villain and hugs the love interest, and you're sitting in your seat going, "Put one in his head! Put one in his head!" And of course the villain does rise up and has to be vanquished once and for all as the movie ends. Barack seems to be helping the villain get back up. I don't understand. Either Barack has a plan and he's working it as carefully as he did his campaign, or he's under the sway of DLC thinking that you have to appease the right. I hope dearly that it's the first option and not the second. We've got a wild ride ahead, my friends. Stay involved and stay vigilant.